Assalamu alaikum, boys and girls. Today we will be talking about Ramadan, some of the questions that are related to the topic of Ramadan. And inshallah, once we learn all of these questions, we will play a quiz, a Kahoot next time that we meet. So tomorrow, um, so sorry, today you're going to look at all of the questions, and next time when I take your next class, then I will have a Kahoot with me. We'll play a Kahoot together. So this lesson will help you prepare for the Kahoot game that we're going to play. So let's begin. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. So what is the name of the month in which we fast? As you all know, the month that we all fast, that month is called Ramadan. And our next question is, what was revealed in Ramadan to Prophet Muhammad? As you know, that Ramadan is the month in which Prophet Muhammad received the Holy Quran. And so this month is special because we received the Holy Quran in the month of Ramadan. Through Angel Jibreel, he came and revealed the Holy Quran to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We do not eat anything during the night time in Ramadan. Is that true or false? So what do you think? Do we eat in the night time or do we eat in the daytime? So you can think about it. Yes, we eat during the night time. So that would be false. So we do not eat anything during the night time, which is false. That means we do eat during the night time. After sunset, we can eat and we stop eating before sunrises, before Fajr prayers, we stop eating in Ramadan. So can we drink water when we fast? No, we cannot drink even a sip of water, even a droplet of water, anything that goes through our throat, that is not allowed. You can gargle your mouth, you can wash your mouth, you can brush your teeth, you can put anything in the mouth you can put water to wash or gargle your mouth, but you cannot swallow it. As soon as you swallow it, that breaks your fast. But intentionally swallowing breaks your fast, meaning you purposely drink water, then it breaks your fast. But if by mistake you forget that you are fasting and you take a sip of water, that does not break your fast. Can we eat anything when we fast? No, of course not. We cannot not even a small bite or even a morsel or even a little bit of as small as a tiny bit of grain also we cannot eat when we are fasting. So anything down the throat cannot go when we are fasting. Is fasting wajib or compulsory for Muslims? Remember, we were talking about the five terms, which is wajib, haram, sunnat, makruh, and jais. We were talking about those terms. Wajibs are the things that you must do, and sunnat are the things that it is good to do, and makruh are the things that are better not to do. Sunnat, again, jais are the things that are allowed to do, but haram are the things that we should not be doing, and that is forbidden, and it is sin if we do anything that is haram. So fasting is wajib. Wajib means it is required. So is fasting wajib or compulsory for Muslim? Yes, it is compulsory for Muslim. At what age does fasting become wajib for girls? So at what age should we start fasting? Girls will start fasting when they turn 9. As soon as they reach their lunar birthday, or when they turn 9 years old, they have to start fasting. And it's a good idea to start fasting a year ahead, or start with half day fasting and then build upon it. That way you get used to fasting, and it is not that hard when you start fasting when you are become 9 years old. Do people who are sick have to fast in Ramadan? No, people who are sick, they do not have to fast. because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not want to burden us with anything that we are not capable of doing. So when a person is sick, then they need to drink water, they need to eat their medicine. So during the time that they are sick, they do not have to fast. And also it depends on our own body. If we can, if the doctor says we can, then we can. And if you need to take medicine and you cannot be you cannot be away from taking a medicine for so long, then you don't need to fast. And again, after Ramadan, that person can make up for the fast that he missed after Ramzan, or even in another month other than Ramadan, as long as he or she finishes, repaying his fast before the starting of the next Ramadan. Then, and he can repay the days that he or she missed. At what age does fasting become wajib for boys? The boys will have to start doing their fasting or doing their rosas at the age of 14 or 15. And that's when boys become baligh at age 14 or 15. They have to start fasting at that time. When do we open or break a fast? And that is, as we call it, the time is called iftar, and that is right after sunset. And as soon as you hear the Maghrib azan, after that point, you can pray your Maghrib prayers, and then you can break your fast as soon as you hear the azan for Maghrib prayers. What is the language of the Quran? And this is unique, boys and girls, that other, uh, Quran is in Arabic, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts our prayers in Arabic. So when you pray Salat, we have to pray in Arabic. We cannot pray in any other languages. Du'as, we can read any other language. We can talk to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in any other language, but the Quran is in Arabic, and our prayers have to be in Arabic. We wake before sunrise to eat. This time is called, and do you know what that time is called? When we wake up in the middle of the night and we eat a meal, that time is called sahur or sahri. Some people call sahri or sahur. That is the time we get up in the middle of the night, and just an hour before, you can get up before Fajr prayers, and that is the time that you eat your sahri or sahur. What is the special day in Ramadan when Quran was revealed? What was that day called? That day is called Shab-e Qadr. That day is called Shab-e Qadr, when Quran was revealed to Prophet Muhammad, and that night is a very special night. We just had our Shab-e Qadr night, when we stay up in the night and we pray, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has, that night is better than 1,000 months. What is the name of the Eid which we celebrate at the end of Ramadan? That Eid is called Eid al-Fitr. So as soon as we finish Ramadan, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for blessing us, giving us an opportunity to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we celebrate, and that Eid is called Eid al-Fitr. What is the reward of reading one ayah of Quran in the whole month of Ramadan? So when we read one ayah, we get the sawab of reading a whole Quran. So if you can multiply that times as many ayat that you have read in the whole month of Ramadan, you can multiply that times one Quran, gaining the sawab of one Quran. So I know you all have read many surahs or juz in Ramadan. Count how many ayahs does each of those juz have, and then you can see the reward that you will receive just because of those ayahs that you have read in Quran. Because this is a special deal that you're getting in Ramadan, which you don't get in any other month. That's why you see so many people, they are always seen reading a lot of Quran, because of the sawab that we have during that month. Inhaling thick dust breaks your fast. Is that true or false? Yes, that is true. For example, if you are traveling on the road and you see construction going on and there is a lots of thick dust being, on the road, then you should cover your mouth, because if that thick dust goes inside your mouth, then it breaks your fast. Anything that goes down a throat breaks a fast. And because dust travels very fast with air, so there is a possibility that that thick dust could go inside your throat. So you have to make sure you cover your mouth when you are going, especially outside in construction zone or when you're gardening, and dust could go inside your mouth. You have to be careful. Those who memorize the Quran are called, these people who memorize the Quran are called Hafiz. So when you memorize, I know you have all memorized many surahs. So when you finish surah by surah and you memorize the whole Quran, then you would be called a Hafiz Quran, the one who memorized the Holy Quran. And boys and girls, when during the time of Prophet Muhammad, they used to memorize the surahs, and that is why you see that none of our Qurans are different. They're all the same, because people memorized it. As soon as Prophet Muhammad would tell them the ayahs that was revealed, people would write it down and they would memorize it. That's why you would see that Quran is all the Qurans. You pick up any Quran, that will be the same. There's no difference in any Quran. In other books, you'll see versions or different texts, different versions, different interpretations, where the Holy Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent us is the same, and that is the reason because many people had memorized it and passed it on to the next generation. So here's a situation. If Asif, there's a boy called Asif, he has to travel to Chicago from Boston early morning at 7 a.m. in Ramadan. Can he fast? So if somebody is traveling, they cannot fast, especially in the morning. When they travel in the morning, they do not have to fast. They can keep the fast after Ramadan. They can travel and then continue their fast in the destination where they are going if they're staying for more than 10 days, but they do not have to fast when they are traveling. So if because they missed the fast since they were traveling, they can they can repay their fast after Ramzan. They can keep for the 1 day of fast that they have missed. They can repay it after Ramadan. Now Asif decides to travel after Zohar from Chicago to Canada. Can he fast? Yes, he can fast because he is traveling after Zohar. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that it will be difficult if we travel while fasting if we travel in the morning. But if we travel after Zohar, then it is right after a few hours we are going to open our iftar. Time will be very soon after a few hours. So it is okay if we travel while we are fasting after Zohar prayers. How many juz are there in the Quran? You all know that there are 30 juz in the Holy Quran. Intentionally eating or drinking breaks the fast. Is that true? Yes. Intentionally, purposely, if you eat something, it does break your fast. And here I want to ask you another question. If you put something on your tongue, like you accidentally put a chocolate in your mouth, or even intentionally you put a chocolate in your mouth, but you didn't swallow it, does that break your fast? No, it does not, because you didn't swallow it. Even though you put it in your mouth, but you didn't swallow it, so you can immediately rinse it. That does not break your fast. Is it haram to eat on Eid al-Fitr? Is it haram to fast on Eid al-Fitr? True or false? Yes, it is true. You cannot fast while on Eid, that is the end of Ramadan when we celebrate Eid. That day you cannot fast because it's haram to fast on Eid al-Fitr. Eid al-Fitr is celebrated in the month of, which month do you think Eid al-Fitr? We just discussed that after we finished keeping our roza after Ramadan, we celebrate. So which month is that? Do you know what month that we celebrate Eid al-Fitr in? Yes, the next month is Shawwal, because when we sight the moon, it is the sighting of the moon is for the next month. So as soon as the moon is sighted, that means it is the next month, which is Shawwal. So we celebrate Eid ul-Fitr on 1st of Shawwal. So true or false, things that break our fast. Eating, as we have discussed before, does eating break your fast? Yes. And true, that's true. Does drinking anything, juice, water, does that break your fast? Yes, it does. Saying lies about Allah and Ahlul Bayt? Yes, that break your fast. Putting head underwater? Does that break your fast? Yes. And what is that situation? So when you put head underwater, what does that mean? Say, for example, you decide to take a bath instead of a shower. So shower is okay if you take a shower because you're not putting your head under the water, like you're not submerging your head underwater. But if you take a bath, that means you are putting your whole head underwater. So that does break your fast. And the reason is because when we put our head underwater, there is likelihood of water getting inside our body through the nose or through the mouth. So that possibility could happen. So that's why it says that could the it could break a fast. That's why we cannot put in our head underwater. And another situation is we cannot go swimming because if you swim and you put your head underwater, that could break your fast. Vomiting intentionally, does that break your fast? Yes. Say, for example, you purposely put your fingers in your mouth and want to vomit something out. It does, uh, it does break your fast. But if you unintentionally you vomit, it does not break your fast. So inshallah, we will stop here. There are more questions. And once you review this question, we play a Kahoot game. And once you get familiar with these questions, we'll move on to the second level of Ramadan questions. And I hope this was informative. And if you want, go ahead and rewind it, relearn all the questions. And once you master these questions, we will play the Kahoot game in the next class. Until then, fi amanillah.